Previously, I forgot to give my wife credit for this strainer. It was her idea, so good job. So I come in this morning, and the first thing I see is that the water's cleared up significantly. It's not perfect. You still see a little bit of cloud, but it's good. And significant growth on everything. I don't see anything for this guy yet. Let's see. We've been watching back here. I don't see it now. Oh, it's there. See the white? That'll turn into a leaf. This one right here, that's flattening out. That'll turn into a leaf. Assimilator, sorry. I just want to call it a leaf because it looks like a leaf. This looks... Is it split into two? I don't know. Not sure. Anyway, water's looking clear. Growth is happening. These guys are still closed. Whatever. We've got a couple snails on the grate, and they're not hurting anything, so that's good. Strainer, I guess it's called. One important thing to note is that before I went to bed last night, around midnight, I checked to see if there was any new growth, and there was nothing. I'm wondering, and hopefully I can set up a time lapse so we can see when they grow, but apparently these seem to grow after the lights are out, and maybe that's the reason they are white on the tips, because chlorophyll will populate the white parts when the light is out. But I never see any growth till the next morning after it's been dark. So that's interesting. So like I said earlier, the tank cleared up. I have a theory now. Also, I got some more snails from someone local who was taking their tank down. So I've got 5 or 6 turbo snails now. My algae is... I grew some. There's a little bit on the front glass, but it's sparse. So we're gonna have to start really feeding some more food. But I got some hermits in here, so I'll feed this side so that the hermits can eat, turn off the pump, let them eat whatever, and then turn it back on once they're done eating, done picking through whatever stuff, and then that'll create enough waste to grow some more algae. Alright, on to my theory. So here's my top off water bucket, and what I did was I had mixed a bunch of purple tech in there. I had done it probably a day before, but then when I mixed in the salt, I put way too much salt in. It brought it up to a brine of like 80 parts per thousand. It's probably not because it was old salt. It's probably just because there was already a lot of calcium and magnesium in the top off water, and when I went to mix, I put way too much in, way too fast, and that's, I think, what caused it. So now, as you can see, tanks are much clearer. So I'm thinking that the magnesium and calcium that came out of solution has maybe been reabsorbed. There was a slight dusting on each of these algae. You can see still a little bit there. But it was still really cloudy when I went to bed last night, so I think maybe that's it. Measured calcium today at 360. So I added a teaspoon of, where is it? This Reef Advantage calcium. And as you can see, it does contain some magnesium, but it's mostly calcium. If you cut that volume in half, you end up basically with 10 grams per 150 liters. So that's what I dosed. And so that should raise it about 24 milligrams per liter. So my calcium tomorrow should be sitting at about 400. So that's what I did, and hopefully that'll help a lot. Stay tuned.